I told you can't trust these niggas. Now Puffy done killed Tupac, man.
Puffy's a sucker, man.
Can you envision a day when, y'all, if not get together and make an album, just peacefully coexist?
There's no dream of making an album with Biggie and Puffy, or none of them. We're not sweating it like that.
This is our family.
We
over
peacefully
here.
coexist right now because we all cool. Everybody's here. They sell records. We sell records. Well, I guess you could call that selling records. What they do, we sell large amounts of records.
A retired LAPD detective says he has solved the murder of rapper Tupac Shakur, who was gunned down in Las Vegas nearly 20 years ago. Detective Greg Kading says he has proof it was Sean Diddy Combs who orchestrated the murder.
Because listen, 7 years ago, I'd have been like, yo, did you hire somebody to kill Pac? But no, you do it like a journalist.
Yeah, no, I mean, we wouldn't even get into nonsense like that.
Today, we're tackling one of the most controversial and debated topics in music history, the murder of Tupac Shakur and the possible role Diddy played in it. With new developments emerging in 2023, it's clear this case isn't closed yet. Could this spell the end of Diddy's career? Let's break down the allegations, theories, and facts to uncover the truth. Tupac and Diddy were once acquaintances, but their relationship soared quickly, especially after Tupac survived a shooting at Quad Recording Studios in 1994. Tupac accused Diddy and the Notorious B.I.G. of being involved in the attack, a claim both denied. This led Tupac to diss both Diddy and Biggie in his music, fueling the speculation that Diddy may have ordered Tupac's hit. Given Diddy's violent history and the fear he instilled in Hollywood before his Brother Love rebrand, the rumors only grew stronger.
Diddy, as if he's untouchable, and even the...
Sugar Diddy.
Diddy, not Diddy, not Suge.
You said Biggie, but you meant...
I'm sorry, I meant
Diddy,
to say Diddy, not Biggie.
Well,
Diddy.
if you punch in on the picture here, you see Diddy, you see Suge Knight, and then a lot of their cohorts down there, but Tupac and Biggie at the top, as you were, Pat.
Yeah, so what is it? I mean, everybody's in there. So what is it with Diddy that so many... T.I. called him out. 50 Cent said one time on Charlamagne God's podcast, Breakfast
Club.
He says one time Diddy said, hey, let me go buy you some clothes. Let me take you shopping. He's like, well, you want to take me shopping? What are you talking about? So T.I. called him out. 50 called him out. But some people are afraid. What do you know about? Because some people are talking about there's Diddy involvement with Jamie and something happened because he was calling him out for some of the parties he was putting up. Is there anything you have opinions on Diddy? Have you had any experiences with Diddy?
No, just I knew him for a long time.
Many big-name celebrities have accused Diddy of being behind Tupac's murder. Eminem, for instance, took a shot at Diddy in the lyrics of his song Kill Shot. While some fans debated whether Eminem was serious, his words undeniably reignited the controversy, throwing Diddy back into the spotlight and sparking a frenzy within the hip-hop community.
September 14th, when he dropped the Kill Shot diss track aimed at Machine Gun Kelly. One line in particular has the internet working overtime. This idiot's boss pops pills and tells him that he's got skills, but Kells, the day you put out a hit is the day Diddy admits that he put the hit out that got Pac killed, he spits, essentially implicating Diddy in Tupac's murder. One Twitter user wrote, "This is the Eminem I love the most." As most hip-hop aficionados know, Tupac's 1996 murder remains unsolved to this day. In fact, Thursday, September 13th, marked 22 years since the hip-hop luminary was fatally shot in Las Vegas. While M's accusations are bold, he insists he's joking at the end of the song. "And I'm just playing, Diddy, you know I love you," he says, similar to the cheeky endings of past glories such as Kill You and White America.
Eminem's claim garnered significant attention, largely because everyone knows that Diddy and Tupac had a tense and often hostile relationship. Tupac publicly dissed Diddy on numerous occasions, making no secret of his disdain. This animosity only fueled the speculation, with many questioning whether their bitter rivalry played a part in Tupac's tragic death. Next voice. 50 Cent is another high-profile figure who has consistently accused Diddy of orchestrating Tupac's murder. Over the years, 50 Cent has made several bold statements, openly pointing fingers at Diddy, suggesting that the mogul may have had a hand in the tragic events. His accusations have only added fuel to the fire, keeping the conspiracy theories alive and intensifying the debate in the hip-hop world.
Can you envision a day when, y'all, if not get together and make an album, just peacefully coexist?
There's no dream of making an album with Biggie and Puffy, or none of them. We're not sweating it like that.
This is our family.
We
over
peacefully
here.
coexist right now because we all cool. Everybody's here. They sell records. We sell records. Well, I guess you could call that selling records. What they do, we sell large amounts of records.
Numerous interviews, social media posts, and even live performances have fueled the belief that Diddy played a direct role in Tupac's death. One of the most memorable moments came when 50 Cent mocked Diddy's lavish parties during a concert, boldly claiming that Diddy was responsible for Tupac's murder. This wasn't just a fleeting comment. 50 Cent has consistently stood by this accusation, maintaining that Diddy was involved in Tupac's killing. Whether this is a genuine belief or simply the result of their bitter, long-standing rivalry is still a matter of intense debate and speculation.
I'll be going to the puffy parties. They can hug you from the front and the back at the same time. What the fuck you talking about? Look, if you're into that, I'm fine with it. To each his own. I'm just saying this ain't my motherfucking kind of party. I like it. It's uncomfortable. I think I belong in the girls' bathroom. And shit like that is going on. Short off. I hate when they leave me to talk because I always say the wrong thing. I always say the wrong thing. Last time they left me, I said something about Puffy. You saw that? You saw that clip? Yeah! I gotta stop doing that kind of shit. I've been talking to a therapist trying to help me with the shit I be saying. I say crazy shit out of my mouth for no reason. No reason. Oh wait, maybe I said that shit about Puffy because he got Tupac killed. I done this for no reason. You know, just doing that. All the crazy shit that I see online, right?
One of the most shocking revelations surrounding Diddy involves an alleged payment of $1 million to Von Zip, who was reportedly hired to arrange for Keith D to carry out the hit on Tupac. However, things took an unexpected turn when Von Zip allegedly stole the money instead of paying Keith D. This explosive claim has gained further credibility, especially after Keith D was officially indicted for his involvement in Tupac's murder in 2023. These developments have given new weight to the long-standing rumors surrounding Diddy, suggesting that there might be more truth to these accusations than anyone ever imagined.
He gave Zip $1 million that was supposed to be handed over, and Zip ended up keeping it. And I remember when I interviewed TK Kirkland, who was actually roommates with Zip at one point. They were that close. He actually said, yeah.
The Fed said that too.
He said that shit actually happened. Well, the story that has circulated was that after Tupac got killed, Puffy allegedly gave the money.
I heard
to Zip.
Yes.
And Zip was supposed to give the money to Keefy and them.
Yes.
But he never gave the money to him.
But thank God he never gave him the money, right? Think about it. If he gave the money, Puffy will be in prison now, money for hire, a murder for hire. So thank God. It's just a true story. I'm not saying yes or no, but if he would have gave them the money, it'd have been a murder for hire and Puffy would be locked up.
Yeah, they said he's a dirty mother. Yeah, and he even said that, like, in retrospect, that was probably the best thing that could have ever happened to Puffy. By Zip stealing the money, now Puffy isn't connected to that shit. Or else it would have been like a murder for hire or something.
A former detective who worked on the Tupac case has recently come forward, adamantly insisting that it was Diddy who ordered the hit on Tupac. This bombshell revelation has only intensified public interest, as many people now wonder if the truth is finally beginning to surface. With new developments, including the indictment of Keith D and the detective's bold statements, the case has reignited questions about justice for Tupac. Could this be the breakthrough the case needed all along? As more details emerge, it seems that the long-awaited answers may finally be on the horizon.
To gun down Tupac Shakur, why?
Well, that was the agreement that was made between Mr. Combs and a gang member here in Los Angeles who was doing some security work. Him and his gang crew were doing security work for Bad Boy. And there was an ongoing conflict going on between Combs and Suge Knight and the two record labels, the infamous East Coast, West Coast rap wars. And the conflict just continued to exacerbate. People were getting shot, there were armed confrontations, and then it culminated in a situation where Sean Combs knew that he was being hunted down by Suge Knight out here in Los Angeles. So he solicits the help of these Southside Crip gang members, in particular a guy named Keefy D, who confessed to this whole thing in order to get rid of Suge Knight and Tupac Shakur to kind of protect himself. It was a preemptive strike, so to speak.
Greg, did he confess to that while you were actively on the force investigating the murder?
That's correct. The confession was obtained back in 2008 and 2009 while I was leading a federal task force. This was a major task force effort involving many different agencies.
Well, did P. Diddy's name come up back when Caffey D confessed?
Despite the mounting accusations and testimonies, Diddy has always maintained his innocence, adamantly stating that he had no role in Tupac's murder.
Now, it was this documentary that claimed, which we know wasn't true.
Yeah, check this out. We don't talk about things that are nonsense. We don't even entertain nonsense, my brother. So we're not even going to go there, with all due respect, but I appreciate you as a journalist asking. Thank you.
Because listen, 7 years ago, I'd have been like, yo, did you hire somebody to kill Pac? But no, you do it like a journalist.
Yeah, no, I mean, we wouldn't even get into nonsense like that. You know what I'm saying? It's nonsense.
Which we never believed about it.
Despite the growing number of accusations and the testimonies that have emerged over the years, Diddy has consistently maintained his innocence. He has firmly denied any involvement in Tupac's murder, repeatedly stating that he had no part in the tragic events that unfolded. His unwavering stance continues to fuel the debate, with many still questioning whether the truth will ever truly come to light.
About Puffy after he got shot at Quad Studios, because I know he felt like, Puffy had something to do with it, or he knew what was going to happen.
He felt like he was set up because he thought he was amongst friends, and when it went down, he was surrounded by a bunch of people we thought was his friends.
And he felt like Puffy, he knew what was going to happen, and he didn't give him a heads up.
Well, yeah. I mean, he saw C's up in the window, like, come up, and everybody drawing him in. Come to the studio, you know what I mean? And Bad Boy had saturated the whole that neighborhood. That they were in the studio, multiple rooms in the studio, and they were shooting a video around the corner. So Bad Boy and their allies had covered that whole neighborhood.
Tupac's brother, NPR Shaka, has also come forward to offer some insight into the situation. NPR reveals that Tupac had always been suspicious of Diddy and his associates, a feeling that only deepened after the infamous Quad recording studio shooting. According to Shaka, Tupac believed that Diddy and his circle were more involved in the attack than they ever let on, and this mistrust played a significant role in the bitter rivalry that followed.
This has not been proven, just for our audience, this has not been proven, but people keep mentioning Diddy's name. I saw it trending on Twitter, and Caffey D has gone on record to express that he felt that Diddy was somewhat a part of it and XYZ. You at least hearing that, how does that make you feel? And if we later find out there might be some truth to that, like, what is your takeaway from it? Just hearing that that rumor floating around.
I don't have to do anything. This individual mentioned dude's name. Okay? Law enforcement has a job to do. Will they do it? It does feel like, Pac is being vindicated because, back in them days when things were going down, everybody thought he was crazy. He may not have expressed it properly, but that don't mean he was wrong. You dig?
Right.
Yeah, so we'll see.
Despite these suspicions, NPR Shaka made it clear that it wasn't his job to solve Tupac's murder. He emphasized that the responsibility to uncover the truth about Diddy's involvement, or lack thereof, lies with the police and investigators. His statement sheds light on the complexity and uncertainty of the entire situation. Even for those closest to Tupac, the circumstances surrounding his death have been nothing short of perplexing. This ongoing confusion only adds to the mystery, leaving many to wonder if we'll ever truly know what happened that fateful night.
Puff took Tupac blueprint and changed Biggs and Bad Boy in image. I get around, talked about how fly you was, how many girls you mess with, how many cars you drive, how much money you got, what you willing to do. He took his image. Pac was the first one on the scene wearing Versace shirts. went and got the same Versace shirt Pac had. Which, all right, some dudes would do that. You would never catch me wearing something else, something that somebody else got. He was knocking down all the women that he thought Pac was knocking down. And what I mean is,
adding to the mystery, Diddy's former bodyguard, Jane Deal, has come forward with some startling revelations about Diddy's strange obsession with Tupac. According to Jane, Diddy was not just a fan of Tupac. He often tried to emulate Tupac's behavior and style, almost obsessively. Deal claims that Diddy's fascination went beyond admiration, leading many to question what his true intentions were. Could this fixation have turned into something darker? The more we learn about Diddy's relationship with Tupac, the more complex and troubling it seems, leaving us to wonder whether admiration or something more sinister drove their interactions.
About how this whole thing started. What happens is that Orlando Anderson went out and he was in the car with 3 other people. All those 3 people are dead that were in the car with him. Right. So none of them were around. TPD was the only guy that was left, and he wasn't supposedly the actual shooter, he was in the car. So he gave up information incriminating himself on Vlad TV and other social media outposts where he was saying that he was there, he knew about the car, he knew about the shooting. Now, there was a problem with Puff, or Diddy, Sean Combs as we say, and Death Row Records with Suge Knight. There was a total beef with them because of the shooting that happened in Atlanta with Jake Robles when he got killed, when one of Puffy's guys killed one of Suge's guys. So that beef stemmed from back then. But there was always this indication that Puffy paid or had money put up with another individual who's dead named Zip.
But the story doesn't end there. Another detective who was involved in the investigation has revealed that there may be some truth to the allegations that Diddy was connected to Tupac's murder. This same detective is the one who also investigated the infamous 1999 shooting involving Diddy and Jennifer Lopez. According to this detective, the circumstances surrounding Tupac's death point to a deeper connection that has yet to be fully explored. His involvement in both high-profile cases has raised eyebrows, with many wondering if there's more to the story than what has been publicly revealed. This revelation adds another layer of intrigue to an already complex and mysterious case, leaving us to question whether we're closer to the truth, or if it's still buried beneath layers of speculation and unanswered questions.
They was pushing him around in a wheelchair, brother. Why the hell would you rent studio time in LA for him to finish your album when in fact you got your own studio at Daddy's house? Let's keep it a buck. Let's stop this bullshit, man. Let's stop doing these interviews, man, about this shit. Because people ain't getting it. He did not want the beef with the Crips. Puff ain't want the beef with the Dog Pound, Snoop them or whatever. Big started that beef. You understand what I'm saying? Puff ain't want none of that beef. So what I'm gonna do is, y'all want the sheep? I'm gonna put them out the pasture.
And if that wasn't enough, Diddy has also faced accusations of being involved in the death of another iconic rapper, his very own protege, the notorious B.I.G. Gene Deal. Diddy's former bodyguard claims that Diddy deliberately brought Biggie to Los Angeles shortly after Tupac's murder, fully aware that the tension between the East Coast and West Coast was still dangerously high. Was this a strategic move to tie up loose ends, or was it simply a reckless decision made amidst the chaos of the rivalry? These accusations only add to the growing suspicion that Diddy may have been far more involved in these tragic events than he has ever admitted. They paint a chilling picture of the music mogul's role during these pivotal and dark moments in hip-hop history, leading many to question whether the true extent of his actions will ever be revealed. Now, Diddy is in jail on racketeering charges, though these charges are unrelated to Tupac's murder. However, with Keith D's recent indictment and the growing number of witnesses and celebrity claims, there's a rising sense that more could come to light during Diddy's time in court. Many are wondering if the truth about Tupac's death will finally be revealed. Could Diddy's current situation expose long-hidden secrets about that fateful night in Las Vegas? The hip-hop world is watching closely. Let us know what you think in the comments. That's it for now. Hit the bell icon for more updates.